Geez, oh boy, if the Wild West didn't exist, somebody'd have to invent it.
It's a real cornucopia, I'll give you that. Redskins thumping drums, white women smoking cigars, Negroes with sneaky habits, fortune hunters, buffalo skinners, sodomists.
Banks aching to be held up, whores buying whips and chains, new strange birds wanting to be painted by scientists who are also digging up weird skeletons of dragons or something like it.
Lynchings, drinking.
More lynchings and exterminations of whole tribes. Pledges of abstinence.
Yep, the Wild West is full of action.
It's really a great big mess, if you ask me. Anarchy. So little government that it's the thugs that rule.
Organized government ain't the answer. You know that new guy in town, Abdul?
Sure, I know Abdul. Only drinks sassafras.
He's the one. He says there's always gonna be bullies. Says there's a correct alternative to it all. He says we don't have to live like we live.
Yeah, well, he don't drink beer or whiskey.
He says it goes further than that. You know, he's learning me how to read.
Yeah, reading's a little hard for me.
If you want, I bet you he can learn you how to read too.
I don't know if I got the patience for it.
Later.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's what Allah gives to me.
Yeah, he's given us a real education, hasn't he?
And a lot more.
He gives us calmness of the heart. It's been so fast the way that old Islam has caught on in the Wild West. I tell you, that Abdul had more voyages than Sinbad.
And I can not only read English, I can read Arabic.
Me too. I'm so glad he came to the United States and survived all the petty name-calling and death threats that people done to him. America is such a land of opportunity.
Hey, look at this. Somebody give it to me for a Ramadan present.
What is it?
It's an old placemat. And on it been drawn all the pilgrimage sites that you can visit in Mecca.
That's really fine. I recognize that.
Yeah, I'm saving up my money hard to get to Mecca. Who would have thought that I'd be converted to Islam when I was born a Baptist?
Me too. I guess our upbringing made it natural for us just to segue right into the Prophet Muhammad's camp.
Yeah, it feels so right, don't it? I never would have thought I'd have been born an infantile.
You mean infidel? But always forgiven when you get with the one and only God. The way I see it, our country's gonna have harmonious relations with all the lands of the world from here on out. From here to Europe to China, there's Mohammedans spread everywhere.
Too bad old Abdul won't be around no longer to see the progress our country's making.
Yeah, too bad.
Ever since he exploded under spontaneous circumstances, it's been a big hole in town.
That's because he blowed up downtown. If it had been on the outskirts, it would have been a smaller hole.
I'm so happy to hear they're putting a plaque on the mosque to honor him.
Well, we got Akbar around now to minister to the masses. But I don't like the way he dresses.
He don't rightly dress to fit in now, does he?
That's 'cause he's what you call orthodox.
I thought orthodox is who you go to see when you got something wrong with your choppers.
No, that's a dentist.
Oh. Well, I got to say, sometimes I have my doubts.
About what?
No, it's nothing like that. I still say my prayers 5 times a day facing east. I have my doubts that I'll ever get to Mecca. It's so far away. I have a hard enough time getting out of town to go hunting.
But you know the learnings. You can still go to heaven even if you don't make it to Mecca at least one time in your life. What counts is that you got to try to get to Mecca.
Yeah, well, I'm saving up. But at the rate I'm saving, I ain't gonna be getting to Mecca for another 325 years.
Listen, there's another way of getting to Mecca.
Hold on there. I ain't gonna steal from nobody. Stealing is bad. I'll get my hand cut off for it. Maybe both hands.
I'm talking about another way of trying.
Nope. I ain't gonna hijack a boat. If I get caught, then they'll cut off my... I don't know what to cut off. What would they cut off?
Look here.
What you got there?
It's something they call hashish.
You don't say. What you showing me that for?
It's the only way some people can afford to get to Mecca.
What? You sell it to get there?
No, you smoke it.
Then what happens?
You know the story about the magic carpet that flies?
I do.
You smoke some of this here hashish and a carpet comes and whisk you off to Mecca.
Holy. Did I miss something about this in the Koran?
This ain't mentioned there, but it's entirely legal.
Islamic culture is so advanced. I've been so worried about getting to Mexico before I die.
You mean Mecca?
Didn't I say that?
You did. Why don't we just go off and smoke some of this right now? No point in you being anxious.
Wow, I can't believe it. I'm gonna get me to Mecca a lot sooner than I ever thought. Allah is great.
You bet he is. And this hashish costs you only 5 cents.
Boy, it's economical too.
That's because it's the will of Allah. Allah's very interested in economy. You wait, something's gonna happen. He's gonna do something really fabulous for the economy. Like, you know them newfangled railroads they got? Well, one day, trains are gonna run on a fuel that right now you can only dream about when you smoke some hashish. And that fuel, let's call it slime, is gonna be in all the important places. Places where the Islamic folks live, like here in Texas and over there in Arabia.
I don't exactly understand what you say. You always been a tad ahead of me. Can't say I hold it against you none, since you always seem to steer me right.
Well, come on then. Let's go over by the corral and smoke up. Then I'll take you round to some of Mecca's shrines.